right,
wow.
this weekend, including tomorrow, looks like we're going to get a little wild around here. More storms expected to move across the state, especially tomorrow and Saturday.
So now is the time to make sure that your car is ready. I don't think there's anything you can do to prep it for lightning strike. But, you know, I don't know. So maybe Colton will tell us. He's live with some important reminders.
I'm sure you can buy a protective barrier somewhere, right? Amazon has almost anything. But this morning we're live outside Good Works Auto Repair in Tempe. And last hour we spoke with owner Glenn, who talked about some of the things we should do before and after a monsoon or one of those big dust storms here. But now let's talk about things that we can do beforehand. All right, so I've gone to the auto mechanic shop before, and they've shamed me because I've had air filters looking like this before. Tell us why it's important to have these replaced pretty periodically.
Well, this is a cabin air filter. It goes inside the dash, and when this begins to get plugged, all of the debris really accumulates down to the bottom of this, and so when it blocks off the airflow, the evaporator, which is the cooling part of your AC, can actually turn into a block of ice, and it stops flowing air. So having the warm air from inside your cabin and from outside coming through there will help melt some of that ice and keep that flow of air coming to you where you want it.
Yeah.
This is a regular engine air filter, and as you can see again, it gets clogged down at the bottom, and that's where the air flows through. And you can see this one is actually breached.
Yeah.
There's a hole through it, and so you're getting contaminated air going into your engine, which of course can create some damage on the piston rings and different things like that.
Right.
Another cabin air filter here, which is, actually, I'm sorry, this was an engine filter out of a Prius. You can see that thing probably hadn't been changed for 100,000 miles.
Wow.
It's just, I would recommend doing these annually, every 15,000 miles is what the manufacturers recommend.
And of course, when it comes to the rainstorms that we see here, I mean, having a windshield wiper that kind of looks like this, guys, I'm terrible at maintenance. I've had windshield wipers look like this on me before, but this can be easily replaced.
Yes, that takes about 5 minutes to put a set of these on, and what happens is they get dry in our hot desert heat, so annually, make it a point. We always check them every time you come in. We run the windshield wipers and the washers to make sure that all of those systems are operating. New set of windshield wipers, they're about $10 a piece, and a well-invested dollar right there.
Right, and also make sure we check the batteries and the tires were some of the things that Glenn was saying.
Right.
Also, he was telling us, guys, that people are keeping their cars a lot longer nowadays, especially because car prices are so high right now. They're in limited supply. People are keeping them longer, and he says if you do regular maintenance, they can last hundreds of thousands of miles.
Very good to know, of course, and yeah, it's really hard to find a car. I know people who are shopping for cars right now. You got to make yours last as long as possible.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
It's hard.
Colton, thanks
Colton.